One of the most amazing parts of Parashat Balak is that it doesn't involve Am Yisrael at all. Am Yisrael might not even know what's going on. Likely they don't. The pasuk tells us Balak looked over and saw Am Yisrael just in their encampments, dwelling peacefully without any awareness of what drama was unfolding not too far away. And it's just so powerful, because the Ishbitzer Rav, the Mea Shilach, or Mordechai Yosef Leiner of Ishbitz, tells us that David HaMelech has a pasuk in Tehillim where he says, Eshma ma yedaber kel, ki yedaber shalom el amai. David HaMelech says, I want to hear what God is saying. But what God is saying to whom? Not to anybody else, and not in front of me. I don't necessarily need that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should tell me that He loves me when I'm in the room. Because how deep is that? That means, okay, so I'm here, and there might be some motive that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is trying to kiviyachol, grab hold of in order to communicate that message to me. But David HaMelech says, Eshma ma yedaber kel, I want to hear how God speaks about me when I'm not around. When I'm not around, what does He really think of me? When there's no need to put on any sort of show, what does Hashem really, really think about me? What is He saying about me? And David HaMelech continues, Ki yedaber shalom al amai. No, even when Am Yisrael is nowhere near where HaKadosh Baruch Hu is doing that verbal, kiviyachol, so to speak, communication, Hashem is speaking peace to His nation. And that really plays out in this week's parsha, where Balak and Bilam get together and they're trying in all different kinds of ways to curse Am Yisrael and to bring their downfall. And this incredible Eist Sarah, Hili Yaakov, is playing out in the plan of Bilam and Balak. But Ki yedaber shalom el amai, even when we're totally unaware of it, and we're not present, we're not a player in this picture, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is busy going out of His way, so to speak, to make sure that Am Yisrael is protected. So many times we're davening and we're saying, Ribbana Shalom, there's so much sorrow, there's so much pain, please save us, spare us. We live in such a difficult world, and so many people struggle and suffer so deeply. And oftentimes it seems to us maybe that Hashem is not answering us, or it seems that, the tefillas that we're sending up are not being sent back down in the way that we'd expect them to be answered and the way that we'd expect them to be responded to. But we have to remind ourselves, how much do we know already? How much do we really know, right? How much do we know about Eshma ma yedaber kel, about what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is busy taking care of when we're nowhere in the picture, things that we couldn't have even dreamed about, right? And the pasuk says, and we say it every Shabbos morning, La'oisin fla'ois gedolos levadai, ki la'olam chazdai. On a literal level, oftentimes we translate this as to the one who does awesome miracles alone, right? To the exclusion of needing anybody else, right? That's the literal understanding. La'oisin fla'ois gedolos levadai. It's Hashem alone that's doing it all. But the Medrash tells us it means something deeper. It doesn't just mean that it's only Hashem who's doing the miracles, that for sure. That's obvious. But la'oisin fla'os gedolos levadai isn't speaking to exclude any other divine power, chas v'shalom. It's coming to exclude our presence. La'oisin fla'os gedolos levadai. Hashem is busy taking care of things that we couldn't even dream of davening about because we know nothing about. Hashem is taking care of us, specifically when we don't know anything about how HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going ahead and making sure that we're going to be okay. Eshma ma yedaber kel, Hashem is running the world. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves us. Ki yedaber shalom el amai. Hashem's taking care of us. So you can have a whole parsha in the Torah where Am Yisrael are just going along their day with no knowledge of the terrible shadow that's being cast upon them from above before HaKadosh Baruch Hu is oisin fla'os gedolos levadai. Without Am Yisrael knowing, Hashem takes care of it. And that should give us a lot of pause for contemplation and comfort, to know that we're not alone. We're not alone. And even when we are alone, we have a good friend in heaven who's taking care of us, who's leading the world toward the utmost positive outcome every minute of every day, of every week, of every month, of every year, of every decade. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is there. Ein oid milvadai. Ein oid milvadai. La'oisin fla'ois gedolos levadai. That's a really, really important message. And that's the incredibly unique message that's communicated to us in a parsha in our Torah, which is Torah's Emes, which is the Torah of Moshe Rabbeinu, V'nasan Lanu. It's our Torah. And there's an entire parsha that says nothing and involves not one Jew. The whole entire parsha, from the very beginning to the very end. And this is the message. Hashem says, I got you. Even when I seem to be far, talim li'itis batzara, it seems that Hashem is standing distant from us in a time of pain. Hashem is busy making sure that in the big picture, in the big scheme of things, even those things that we couldn't have even, again, dreamt of davening about, Hashem is taking care of us. And so we should take chizuk in that from this week's parsha. It's not a Dvar Torah that's related to a pasuk or, but just globally. When you stand back and you look at the mural that is Parashat Balak, this is something really powerful. So let's take it to heart. Let's take chizuk. Let's go into Shabbos with a tremendous amount of strength. Hashem loves us. Ki yadaber shalom el amay. Hashem wants the best for us. Even when it doesn't seem that way in this world, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is busy pulling the strings, like we say down here. There are no answers, but up there are no questions. Be'ezer Hashem, may we merit to see soon the era of Mashiach, when those answers will filter down, nullifying all the questions that we have. We can bask in that light of Hazarim Bedima, Berina Yiksaru, Hayunu Kecholmim. It will all be like a dream. And we'll be able to see what lay beyond the curtain. Ki Yadaber Shalom El Amay. Wishing all of you and all of Am Yisrael the most beautiful, restful, sweet, deep, and enjoyable Shabbos Kodesh up ahead.